Simbright Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. So today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to create this wrap neckline on the thumbnail. So since we are making a wrap neckline, that means you need a full bodice drafting, as you see me have right here for the front. So this is the chest and this is the bust points, my under bust point, and my waistline for the front, which is also my front length. So I believe you know how all of these lines came about. So if you don't know how to draft your basic bodies, then we have a detailed video on this channel on how to draft a perfect basic bodies pattern. So now I have this full scale this way because I'm working from not really asymmetric, but I will just use one pattern, okay, to cut the other. So watch what I do right now. So this is my natural neckline, which I've already gotten using my bust circumference divided by 12. So I'll come over to the right sleeve, right shoulder seam line, and I'll divide my shoulder seam line by 2. So once I've done that, I'll just connect simply to the bust point. This is the bust point line. So the next thing I want to do now is to measure my cleave measurement. My cleave measurement will be taken from my neckline. That is the nape of my neck at the front. Anywhere you want this dress to the neckline to be, you just mark it out. So right here I want my neckline at 4.5. You can also do 5 inches, so it depends on what you measured on that neckline. So I'll connect it to that leg, as you can see, and I'll come over for my bust radius. My bust radius is the difference I have from bust point and under bust. So what I'm going to do is to rotate my bust radius all around, okay? So if you don't want to expose your bust, all these dotted lines I'm making here is going to help you not to expose it. So the most important part of this is the bust point, okay? This is my bust radius on this line. So I'm going to go ahead and add, from this point I'll be adding 0.75, okay? So that is how I like to work on it. So the 0.75 I have right now, I'll place my pattern ruler this way to create the neckline. So you can see what I did. I'm creating it right to the measurement I made. So I'll keep my ruler this way to blend up the lines. As it is right there on the thumbnail, you can see that part is not really sharp, okay? So I'll just blend it up this way. So I blended it up, and I also wish to blend what I have on this line too, okay? So if you want it to, fall into that neckline, you need to blend. So I've done that, I blended it. So I want to contour my under bust right now. So for my under bust, this is the center front. I'll be taking my under bust circumference divided by 4. This is what I have. So whatever I have remaining here, I'm going to put 0.25 in and the rest of it right here, okay? So you can watch other videos on this channel to understand how this under bust works, tightening works. So this is how I will place my ruler to connect my bustier for my wrap gown. So I'll just go ahead and connect this way. Next is to connect here, and next I will go over here. So I've already tightened my under bust, so I'm not doing any over bust. We are using this shoulder so we are pretending we have it as a shoulder so we are done with this dress, and there's something I want to do here which if you look well on the thumbnail, you notice there is a waistband. So this waistband, this is my actual waist, okay? So from my under bust to create my waistband, I'm going to come down by 1.5. That is how I want to create my waistband. So this waistband, I'll just go ahead and mark from under bust. I'll mark a straight line to create the waistband. But then from this point, I'm going to measure the width of my band. You can do 2 inches for your band. You can do 2.5. So for this class, I'll be using 2.5. So from that point, I'm measuring. So never mind that the band is going out of the waistline, okay? It does not affect anything at all. So I don't want my waistband, unless after taking the 1.5, you notice that from that point you have your 2.5 or 2 inches to your waistline, then you have no reason to add. But if you don't, you can just measure the actual band you want. So what I added there is just 1 inch, okay, to my waist. So when I'm drafting the back now, if my back length is 15, I'll add 1 inch to it. That is 1 inch to it. That will make it 16 inches, just to match up with this. So my waistband, I'm going to cut it out before I cut my under bust. So I'll just go ahead and cut my waistband. So this waistband I'm cutting now, I'll be using it to cut my waistband on my fabric once I'm sewing this dress. So you can see that. So this is my waist band. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to close up these darts, okay? So these darts, I'm just going to close them up. I'll keep my ruler straight from each dart to each dart, from each dart to each dart, okay? So that is how I'll close up. So I'll just simply apply my adhesive in between the lines to close them up. So I'll pick each dart and I'll close each dart, okay? So by doing that, I have my waistband. So this waistband is what I'm going to use after sewing the bustier part of this. I'll just sew it into my dress. So make sure your waistband has the waistline, okay? Your waistline divided by 2, that should be your waistband. So make sure you measure it and make sure you have it as waist divided by 2. So if waist is 36, divide by 2 will give you 18. So the whole of here should give you 18 inches. So I'll set my band aside. This is the waistband for this dress. So I will now go ahead and continue my cutting. So I will cut into I'm cutting into my armhole now. So the part we are cutting actually is just one part of this dress, and this is it. We will be cutting 2 times of it. We will use this pattern to cut the other part. So you can see me moving into the curves, okay? So this is actually what we need for this dress. So I'll just go ahead and close up my border. But before I do that, I just want to check something. I want to cut out as if I'm cutting this on my fabric now. So you see how it crosses just as we have on the thumbnail. So this is the armhole where we are going to attach our sleeves. So I'll just go into this like this. So why I'm cutting these 2 times right here is because I want to see how it laps. Okay, so this is the actual pattern, what I'm holding down here, but because I want to see how it laps, so this one will stop at the first dart, while this, so you can see we have exactly what we have on the thumbnail. Can you see that? So once you sew this in and sew here, you can see the neckline. Okay, so I've gone ahead to cut out my dart and close up my bust dart. Okay, so I have no over bust dart here, so there is no over bust. So this part remains, and this is my dart. This is also the 2 inches bust dart, which give this space you are seeing right here. So once you close it up, this is how it's going to be, and by the time you sew, you have your actual bust here. Okay, so I'll take off this, and this is what we need. So this is my band, and this is the dart. So on the first dart, after joining it, I'll start sewing it from the other dart. Remember, this remains our center front, and this comes into this. Okay, so by the time we sew it in, this is what you have. The bust will sit right here, and it's actually looking nice and beautiful. So thank you very much for coming to this tutorial, and I believe you learned a lot once again. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends. Drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for coming. See you in the next class. Bye.